Jason Hamlin, you are back again with all of this amazing food and Starbucks back. How many Jason Hamlin volunteers? Wonderful. Tell me about your shirt.
Well, about 20 months ago, I started a Feed the Hungry program with Starbucks, which actually has grown into something that I never even dreamed. So we support the mission here at once a week. We bring anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 pieces of food faithfully once a week for the last 20 months, and it's continuing to grow. Now we have the corner bakeries. We also have Albertsons that has jumped on board, and it's just been a phenomenal time, and we're going to continue to support and continue to grow and continue to be here year after year. So it has been a blessing, and Starbucks has totally opened the door to say whatever you need, whatever you want, straight from the corporate offices in Seattle. They said you have our green light to go ahead and do what you're doing, and they're supporting it. They're supporting the Fred Jordan mission, and they're very excited, and so are we.
Oh, listen, I'm excited to have you here, and tell me what your shirt means.
Well, I guess it just means that this is not the only thing you're supposed to see is a ring of coffee, that this is actually the Make Your Mark Foundation, and when people like me and different people want to go and do something for the community, they have a Make Your Mark Foundation where Starbucks will actually give you money to help you feed the homeless, and that's what I'm using it for, the people on Skid Row, the unwed mothers, you know, the drug addicts, the alcoholics, and everybody that you see around here is what we're doing it for, which I think is a total blessing.
Now, you started this on your own, Jason. This is not a Starbucks project as such. Why did you start it, and how by yourself? What motivated you?
Well, about 20 months ago, I was in Irvine, and the Lord just began to put on my heart, begin to start feeding the homeless. And I thought it would be later on in my ministry. I didn't know it was going to be when I was this young. So I began to just start doing it with 2 bags, walking the streets of Santa Ana. And it began to just grow and grow and grow, and more people started to come, and it started to flourish, and it just began to get bigger and bigger. So it started about 20 months ago, and we're feeding about 15,000 a week now with our food all over LA and Orange County, and it's just begun because it's a dream of what I want to do is I want to feed nations one day and continue at the same time to have a local vision, a national vision, and eventually an international vision. So I'm beginning to promote it around the world in different places. I was just in the Ukraine, I was in Australia, I was in New Zealand. I'm going back to Kuwait. In January, I leave for Egypt, Lebanon, and Israel. I'm going to be in Iceland. So I'm going all around the world. In fact, this video and different videos will begin to go to my friends and partners in different countries that I've already been to. And it's just been phenomenal, phenomenal. And actually, I've moved into clothes, candy, and toys now. And when I was in Kuwait earlier this year, I was speaking to second graders, and they gave me several $1,000s to buy toys, which we see right here, all the way from Kuwait.
You mean Kuwait, where war is raging all around, where yesterday our U.S. servicemen were in war games? That nation gave you money for American children?
Absolutely, second graders. And when I spoke there, they gave me an honorarium of several $1,000s, and I used that money to buy toys, which you see right here. So about 1,500 toys, 1,500 toys are from the children in Kuwait, and I'm getting to go back there on March 9th to speak at the same church. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these videos, and they're going to go all over the nation of Kuwait of what the children in Kuwait are doing for the children in Los Angeles, and I think it's awesome.
Jason Hamlin, you're awesome. An example of what one person motivated by God to reach out to a hurting world can do. What would you say to someone who might look at you and say, I can't do that?
Well, you know what? It started with a dream in my heart, and it started in my 2-seater car. It didn't start in my big 18-foot semi, which is going to come down the line. It started with a dream in my heart and a little grit and a little hard work and a little sweat, a lot of tears and a lot of persistence and tenacity, because if you want to go somewhere you've never been, you've got to do something that you've never done. And your focus will determine your reality. And my focus is to build this food ministry and to build the people of Skid Row and to support the Fred Jordan mission.
Jason, you mentioned Starbucks, Corner Bakery, Albertson. What are some other groups that helped you bring food and toys and blankets today?
Well, the city of Irvine, where I'm based, Northwood High School in the city of Irvine had a big toy drive and donated several hundred toys for the children on Skid Row here. And then also a great lady by the name of Christine St. Clair from Ladera Elementary School in the city of Tustin, and their second grade and third grade and fourth grade classes, they had hundreds and hundreds of toys come in. So a lot of the toys that you see right here are not only from Kuwait, but also in from Orange County and also Bishop Christian Center out in the city of Bishop. I go out to that church and I minister a lot right next to Mammoth Lakes. They had a big toy drive, and they drove all of the toys down from Bishop came here and also dropped off several hundred toys for the people of Skid Row. Pastor Kevin Cortez and Pastor Stephanie Cortez have gotten behind me in the vision here, and a lot of Bishop Christian Center that you see, a lot of people from Bishop Christian Center have come down, drove 5 hours down to come down and be a part of what you're doing here on Skid Row, and they are totally blown away. They are so excited about what they're doing, and they said, man, this is great. It's great for us to get out of the small town and to see what's happening on the streets of Los Angeles. So there are so many people that have provided toys from Orange County that have been shipped down here, as well as Bishop and Kuwait, and now next I'm believing for other nations of the earth to focus on Skid Row.
Oh, thank you, Jason. God bless. I love that. What a thought for the new year. If you want to go someplace you've never been, you've got to do something you've never done. In other words, faith.
Faith. A lot of faith and a lot of believing without seeing, but just believing in your heart and speaking with your mouth and then walking it out.
Jason Hamlin, we at Fred Jordan Mission are so honored to have you as a partner in reaching out in the love of God to the needy. Bless you.
We will continue to do it. Every week, once a week, we'll be here.
I take that as a commitment for this year. God bless you, Jason. And to all of Jason's volunteers, thank you.
My name's Jason Hamlin, and my ministry's here to support the Fred Jordan Mission, along with Starbucks and Albertsons and the Corner Bakery. And we just bought a boatload of food, supplied about 3,000 toys, and which is really extraordinary. As earlier this year, I was in the nation of Kuwait, and I spoke to a bunch of second graders in Kuwait City, and they gave me several $1,000s to buy toys here for the kids on Skid Row. So a lot of the toys that you're seeing here are from actually the children in Kuwait. So we wanted to make sure that we got out here with the food, and not only the food, but the toys. Several high schools, several people from the city of Irvine and Orange County have come down to be a part of the Fred Jordan Mission and just make Christmas better for everybody here. It's pretty amazing, yeah. Actually, we support the Fred Jordan Mission on a weekly basis. Starbucks brings about 1,000 to 2,000 pastries per week. So I've been working with them now for about a year and a half. So this is my third or fourth event that I've been a part of. Starbucks has come on, and also the Corner Bakery, as well as Albertsons is just joining. That's where a lot of this food that you see, and you can see all the Starbucks bags that comes and wraps it and everything. So we've been with them for about a year and a half. Yeah, it's been great. Love it, yeah. Blessings too. Merry Christmas.
Starbucks coffee has come to Skid Row. Dennis Stefanacci, why is Starbucks here at Fred Jordan Mission on Skid Row?
Well, we're happy to participate, and we love the people here. It's a project our partners love to be involved in, and we're happy to help the people. It's typical of what we do as Starbucks, about how we care about the places we do business.
Well, you know, this is I'm calling it our first annual Christmas tree lighting. Starbucks has been involved for several months with the mission, helping, giving product. We're so grateful. And so we got our heads together and decided to do the first annual Christmas tree lighting. And in a few minutes, we're going to light the trees on the stage and on the side of the building. But this is a wonderful event to feed the people. They're getting food and, of course, these wonderful, I'm not even sure what's in my cup. What's in the cups today?
Just drip coffee, it's probably our holiday blend coffee, which is one of our favorite, our Christmas blend, and we're happy to share with everybody here today.
Well, you're making hundreds of people very happy. I was just looking at our crowd. We have mostly single men and single women today. This is their Christmas. This is their main Christmas celebration, and we thank you for providing it.
Well, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to participate with you to share all of this with these great people.
And this really started with one of your young associates, Jason Hamlin, about 9 months ago. He brought some goodies down from Starbucks and said, could the people use these? And it went from there.
He's a unique man, and he over a period of time has talked to us in Seattle about this program and wanting to do more, and we're going to continue to support him and make sure he can do what he's doing here.
Well, Dennis Stefanacci, Starbucks, we thank you for coming. God bless you at this holiday time.
My pleasure to be here, and we'll continue to do this as part of Starbucks. Thank you for having us.
I'll take that as a promise, and I might say to the rest of you, this all started through one young associate who works with Starbucks. Look around your company, see what you can do to join hands and reach out to the needy in our community, especially at this holiday time, but throughout the year. And so we want to thank you. And by the way, I'm holding a cup, and if it sounds like a commercial for Starbucks, might as well be. They didn't pay for this. We're just grateful. And if you need that latte or the Frappuccino like I love, or the caramel mocha, go to Starbucks because they care for the needy. Thanks, Starbucks.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks very much.
What an incredible day today here at the Fred Jordan Missions. As part of our calendar of caring, I have a dear friend next to me, Jason, that we've just gotten to know in the last 9 months to a year. Jason, why don't you share with some of our viewers and friends and maybe some of the Starbucks family that will be viewing this over the next few weeks and months about this outreach that took place today and how it all came together, what God put on your heart and how this all came together, you being a part of the Fred Jordan Missions and the Starbucks family.
Absolutely. About 10 months ago, God put it on my heart to come down and begin to come down to Skid Row and feed the homeless people and all over the place. And I knew that the Fred Jordan Mission was on Skid Row. So I got in touch with the Fred Jordan Mission about 10 months ago and asked if we could come down and begin to give Starbucks pastries not only to the mission but to the people that are all around us. And it started as a dream in my heart, has grown into this 10 months later. Right now we're feeding about 1,000 people on the streets every Sunday with Starbucks food, as well as giving to the mission every week, and they're touching the lives one pastry at a time, one person at a time. A lot of these people don't have a Christmas home to go home to. The streets are their home, and Starbucks has come to the streets of Skid Row to give to them and to sow into their lives. Personally, one of the vice presidents from Seattle has flown out specifically for this event. He came out personally because he wanted to see what we were doing. We had the Christmas tree lighting, we gave them blankets, we gave them pastries, we gave them coffee, we gave them hot chocolate, we gave them a handshake, we gave them a loving smile, and I think that's what it was all about. This is a culmination of about 10 months of believing that we're going to make a difference, and I think this is just the beginning of Starbucks and Fred Jordan Mission coming together to meet the needs of the people on Skid Row.
Thank you, Jason. To all of you that are viewing this, the Starbucks family, this is what it's all about. Touching lives, one individual at a time, giving the gift of love. Thanks to Jason, what God put on your heart almost a year ago, and to the Starbucks family from all over this country that said, we want to continue to reach out to the needs of the poor in the inner cities, and chose partnering with us here at the Fred Jordan Missions almost a year ago, and then with this big event today as part of our calendar of caring. When some of you this holiday season and into the new year are saying, we want to go out and get a cup of coffee or hot chocolate or a bagel or a scone or a muffin, whatever it may be, well, go to your local Starbucks. They're in every city and town, not just all across America, but all around the world. And the reason Fred Jordan Missions and Tom Jordan, we're endorsing Starbucks because they truly care about people. Jason, you know, it's not about the publicity. Absolutely. It's not about the media. Absolutely. It's because they care about touching people's lives. Absolutely. God bless you this holiday season, and thank you for caring for the least of these.